Joe Rogan roasts Katy Perry's cringe space stunt. This blew up fast. That's not just the headline. That's exactly what happened.
It was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
Yeah. What were her findings? That's my question.
Well,
what
she
did she learn?
Daisy, which is super important. It shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source was still alive or still vibrant.
Yeah, and it's always
Shout out Daisy.
Wow.
One offhand joke from Rogan, and suddenly, Katy Perry's ultra-polished influencer-grade space joyride turned into the internet's favorite punchline. Because nothing says scientific achievement like drifting through the upper atmosphere for 4 minutes in a designer jumpsuit, then landing with a daisy and a monologue about cosmic love. But here's where it gets wild. The backlash? Way bigger than you think. The media spin? Absolutely unhinged. And the quote Katy gave about a flower in 0G? Honestly, it's worth staying just to hear it. You won't believe she said this with a straight face. Stick around, because we're diving into Rogan's brutal punchline, the internet's reaction, the real space heroes who got overshadowed, and how this PR stunt spiraled into one of the most accidentally hilarious moments of the year. Drop your first impression in the comments, genius, cringe, or both. Share this with someone who thinks you need a rocket to become spiritually woke. Like this video to keep our sarcasm satellite in orbit. And don't forget to subscribe, because this isn't just entertainment, it's celebrity space theater, and we're just getting started.
6 celebrity women, including Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Lauren Sanchez, who is the plastic fiance of Jeff Bezos, took a Blue Origin rocket into space on a trip that lasted from takeoff to touchdown less than 12 minutes in total.
What actually happened? So what exactly happened here? Let's break it down, without needing a NASA badge or a brain cell-destroying press release. 6 celebrity women, including news anchor Gayle King, Katy Perry, and Jeff Bezos' surgically suspicious fiancée Lauren Sanchez, boarded a Blue Origin rocket that looked like it was custom designed by Freud himself. The mission? A suborbital space hop so brief it made elevator rides feel like spiritual quests. From launch to landing, the entire trip lasted 11 minutes. 11. That's not a space mission. That's a Starbucks wait time. They didn't orbit the Earth. They didn't dock at the space station. They didn't even unbuckle long enough to lose circulation. But according to the breathless coverage, this wasn't just a celebrity day trip. It was a historic moment for womankind. Because apparently, real trailblazers like Sally Ride and Katherine Johnson didn't shatter ceilings hard enough. No. The real breakthrough came when Katy Perry floated for 4 minutes and declared herself universally connected to love. Eat your heart out, astrophysics. And just to be clear, there was no astronaut training, no engineering contribution, no science experiment aboard. What we got instead was a luxury capsule of famous women snapping selfies in microgravity while Jeff Bezos high-fived himself off camera for solving feminism. Now, don't get us wrong. Flying to the edge of space is a technical marvel. But let's not pretend that riding shotgun on a glorified bottle rocket built by Amazon's customer service overlord makes you the next Buzz Aldrin. It's like calling yourself a Formula One champion because you sat in a Tesla on autopilot. Cool? Yes, groundbreaking, not unless you crash. And if all of this sounds like satire, that's because it kind of already is. We're living in an age where being rich and well-lit is apparently enough to earn you a place in aerospace history, complete with media confetti, influencer enlightenment, and a Vogue-ready space jumpsuit. So next time someone tells you we're in a golden age of innovation, just remember, Katy Perry went to space and came back with a flower metaphor.
These just seem fine, these ladies.
Well, for now.
Let's
not
quick.
minimize.
Right.
Let's not minimize the sacrifice they
Yeah,
made for
no,
a
it's
great
huge.
nation.
It
For
was
the
a big
world,
deal.
in fact. For
Yeah.
the world. They're
To show
profoundly
people.
different. They're profoundly different now.
To show people. What's inspiring?
That's what I'm saying.
Joe Rogan's reaction, the roast heard around the internet. Now enter Joe Rogan, professional provocateur, podcasting powerhouse, and apparently the only guy willing to say what half the internet was thinking. In the middle of all the cosmic backpatting, Rogan casually tossed out a line that detonated across social media faster than Bezos' rocket cleared the launch pad. If Katy Perry started singing Firework up there, I'd open the hatch. Boom. One sentence. That's all it took. And the internet lost its mind. On one side, applause, retweets, and memes for days. On the other, outrage, pearl-clutching think pieces, and headlines like Joe Rogan under fire for misogynistic space joke. Which, let's unpack for a second. Was it savage? Yes. Was it misogynistic? Not unless we're calling every eye roll directed at celebrity nonsense a hate crime now. The man roasts everyone. He's probably joked about his own mom launching into space if it meant a good punchline. But that's the problem, right? The moment you point out how absurd this stunt was, the minute you even hint that maybe sending a pop star to space for 4 minutes isn't exactly a giant leap for womankind, suddenly you're against progress. Rogan wasn't mocking women. He was mocking ridiculousness. And let's be honest, this whole thing was begging to be roasted. From the spiritual plant commentary to the soft focus interviews, it was less scientific milestone and more season finale of a Real Housewives spin-off in space. Yet the backlash machine cranked into overdrive because controversy sells, clicks drive ad revenue, and somewhere a PR rep was definitely high-fiving themselves for sparking a cultural conversation. And what was that conversation, apparently? How dare anyone question Katy Perry's right to feel cosmic? But here's the thing. We're not anti-Katy, we're anti-delusion. And if you float in a billionaire's vanity rocket while the media chants historic, like it's the moon landing, you're going to catch some heat. Especially from someone like Rogan, whose whole brand is calling out elite weirdness with a beer in hand and zero filter.
Right, it's so amazing. Like, they went to see space. We're supposed to see them, right? Like, they admired the universe, and what they were expecting was for us to admire the fact that they were rich enough and famous enough to have been granted this utterly, utterly vacuous experience from which they learned.
When enlightenment meets internet mockery. So, after all the media fawning, flower metaphors, and space sermons, what did Katy Perry actually get from this trip? A spiritual awakening? Maybe? Global admiration? Not quite. A front row seat to one of the most efficient meme meltdowns of the year? Absolutely. Because the second she floated back down and began speaking in cosmic haikus about love and daisies, the internet turned her entire journey into content. Her quotes were clipped, stitched, and layered with TikTok voiceovers faster than you can say, "I kissed a star." The flower comment alone, meme gold. It's now living its best life pasted over galaxy backgrounds, in between crystal emojis and captions like, "My plant reached a higher vibration in orbit." People didn't just laugh, they committed. There were parody videos, space guru skits, and Twitter threads comparing her zero-gravity revelations to rejected co-star app notifications. Even diehard fans were like, "We love you, Katy, but maybe don't try to out-NASA NASA." And of course, Joe Rogan's infamous hatch joke, that line practically became the unofficial caption of the entire flight. Every reaction video, meme dump, and sarcastic recap led with it. Rogan didn't just critique the mission, he framed the entire public reaction. This was supposed to be a shining moment, a brand reboot, a declaration of relevance and depth. Instead, it ended with Katy Perry trending for all the wrong reasons. Not because she was the first pop star in space, but because she returned speaking like a high-end aromatherapy diffuser. And that's the risk with turning spectacle into legacy. The internet gets the final say. So while Blue Origin may have provided the rocket, and Katy provided the quotes, the world provided something far more powerful: unlimited, unfiltered sarcasm. Because in 2025, no one writes history faster than a bored Gen Z editor with Wi-Fi and editing software. So where do we go from here? If this is the future of space exploration, sponsored by skincare brands, broadcast in 4K, and narrated by pop stars, then buckle up because we're one trending hashtag away from a reality show in orbit. Coming soon to a streaming platform near you, Real Housewives of the Stratosphere, Dancing with the Stars in 0G, or my personal favorite, Keeping Up with the Carmon line. And make no mistake, this isn't the last glitter-dusted liftoff we'll see. Rumor has it Oprah's already in talks for a special. More celebrities are lining up for their transformative experience. And somewhere deep in a Blue Origin boardroom, someone's sketching out a capsule with a selfie ring light built in. But here's the real question. Would you do it? Would you board a billionaire's rocket for 10 minutes of weightlessness, a few epic TikToks, and the chance to post a caption about feeling small yet infinite? Or would you rather keep your enlightenment grounded? You know, with your feet on the earth, your perspective intact, and your savings not obliterated by a glorified elevator ride. Let us know in the comments. Seriously, are you team space tourist or team I'll pass thanks? I've seen the moon just fine from my balcony. Because your take helps more than you think, not just with the algorithm. Hey, YouTube overlords, but with keeping this channel caffeinated, sarcastic, and snarkily orbiting Hollywood's next meltdown. So go ahead, comment your cosmic hot take. Share this with someone who still thinks Katy Perry broke the glass ceiling in orbit. Like if you're not buying the I came back changed narrative. And subscribe, because if you thought this launch was wild, just wait until the next celebrity decides space is their rebranding opportunity. This saga might be over, but Hollywood's love affair with the stratosphere, it's just taking off. Let me know in the comments. Are you team cosmic perspective or team keep it grounded? Share this with someone who thinks space is now a lifestyle brand. Smash that like button if you think Katy Perry's Daisy deserves its own Twitter account. And of course, subscribe for more deep dives into celebrity space tourism, viral absurdities, and the strange circus we now call pop culture. Because this ride isn't over. Hollywood's still launching. Rockets are still trending. And you better believe, we'll be right here, watching it all, with popcorn in one hand and a reality check in the other.